Alright, so here on my, it's the semi-final of the dual domination tournament as we have our TCs going up. We're in bracket 4, that's around 900 elo. Dual domination setting, obviously, as we've talked about before, is you've got 2 players per team. That means you've basically doubled your effective APM, which can lend itself to some pretty cool plays. On the blue team, we have NuKIT with the Mayans, and we have Sloppy Steaks on the Jurchens. I'm excited to see how this team goes. I haven't cast this team before yet. But they're obviously very good because they were first in their group, went straight on to semis, didn't have to play their quarters, as is the settings of this tournament. And we have some jostling with the boar. This does not look good. Villager dead from the outset, and wow. Okay, you definitely don't want to lose your villager this early in the game. You basically have lost 25% of your economy already. And I think they were going for a far boar to secure that from the enemy. It did not pan out, and they put themselves at a huge disadvantage this early into the game. Wow. I love the risk. So they're gonna go for it. They're really wanting to be aggressive. Oh, and we're going for the double boar lure with a blocking horse. You know, this is also very risky. Still going for double boar lure, and it looks like they've been able to pull this off, especially with one player microing the villager, one player microing the horse. These players are on point. We already see 4 dead boar underneath the town center. I think this is only the second here for NuKIT, and remember they're a villager down. So it is pure chaos here. Wow, okay, what a start to the game. Sloppy Steaks coming out swinging. Oh, here we go. We've got some more villager fighting. This horse, by the way, basically has no hit points left, and that's an issue because this villager can always fight back if this horse gets too close. And NuKIT's villager is trying to get one of these boar, and it's not going to be successful. I mean, he can always lure this boar at this point, surely. And I'm not sure what this boar's deal is, but Sloppy Steaks is doing an excellent job of blocking. I'm surprised I haven't seen a goth pick yet, and this board's going nowhere. This is a real slog. Look at all of these dead boar in this TC, by the way. And the boar dies right there. The villager, rightly so, attacks the villager. The villager's not going to win this fight because Sloppy Steak had the first hit. And we're down to 1 hit point for this horse. Never seen that. I've never seen that be important. At this stage of the game, in this setting, this has well and truly been a Sloppy Steak early game domination. They've obviously practiced this going into the competition. They are housed though, so they will lose a little bit of their advantage. This horse will now probably be put on auto scout to roam the map. But we haven't actually talked about the TC positions. It's obviously a little bit of luck involved because you want to put your TC down as soon as possible. So you're not necessarily thinking about resource locations all that hard, but this TC obviously doesn't have any resources next to it. And neither does this TC. We've even gone to get deer with a mill on the side. So obviously you can get really lucky with some TC spots. Imagine if you had a TC here with deer, gold, wood, double gold. That would be nice. Or even here with berries and deer. Imagine if you put it here and you've even got access to stone. So there is a bit of RNG on this map. And we're already going into gold here. It's Dark Age and we're going to gold. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Just wasted resources at this point. Need to be getting up to feudal as soon as possible. You need all of the villages on food that you can get. But they just haven't had enough on food, and they still don't have enough. And they realize it, and they're going to send villagers to berries. And even some Dark Age farms. Tough stuff here from NuKIT. We're up to feudal here for sloppy steaks, and they're even still collecting food off a board that just expired. So they've even got 400 food in the bank. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. This could be tough. This could be real tough. And we don't even have a mill down here for the deer. And look, I know I'm being a bit rough here on NuKIT. Again, I like to say this quite often. I never like to be too critical of players because, let's face it, I'm terrible. I'm a terrible player. And I find myself in these situations all of the time. So, you know, when you see walking of this distance, I feel their pain. I absolutely feel their pain. Even thinking about, again, this is wasted villager time, it's unnecessary. But I will say this, I love an underdog story. So, NuKIT being the underdogs coming into the series, and based on how things have gone thus far, I would consider them an underdog. But we'll see how they go. So let's see what they can do. We're even going blacksmith market on this map. The fast castle on this map. You know, there are situations where you spread your economy to unprotected parts of the map. Imagine if we got a barracks stable, if the barracks was already produced, right? And we had a stable, and I was gonna say we have scouts out, but we are playing at the mines, so no scout rush available. So maybe this is smart to do blacksmith market here and do a bit of walling. Not terrible, not terrible at all. But yeah, sloppy steaks are already up to castle age. They're only a minute away. And forgive me, I'm not that familiar with the Jurchens at this point. There are several I just haven't really gotten around to yet. But they are a cav, Civ. So imagine if the cav kind of got in the back here. Or started knocking down these walls. That could be good, but they're going for archery range. And you can get the Grenadier in Castle Age. I believe that's when you get it. So we might be thinking Grenadier play. We are indeed. There goes the Grenadier. Double archery range Grenadier. Oh boy. And we're thinking of infantry. So Eagle Warrior for sloppy steaks. This, I don't know if many people would know this interaction apart from very high elo players, of course. I don't know if many people know this interaction. Grenadier versus Eagle Warrior. We're even going to go for the archery range up close. So this is aggression. Here are the Grenadier. They know the gold is here. That's where they're going to target. They're going to sit on this gold. And there goes the bombs. The bombers. And even blocking with the horse. Listen to those sound effects. I've never seen this unit in action yet. But this is going to be scary stuff. I'm assuming, as an archery range unit, that it is skirmishers that are the play. Wow, look at those walls. Those walls have gone down quick. I'm assuming these do pierce damage. This is ridiculous, guys. But here come Eagles. Eagles with a bit of skirmisher play could be pretty decent. But they're trapped. These villagers, and look, if they all group up like this, this could be carnage. Absolute carnage. Oh, okay. Eagles are no good against this unit. They die to TC fire quite easily, yes. And that is a GG. Wow, what a strat. What a strategy. The bombers. And there we go. Oh boy, that was a quick one. That was certainly a quick one. We even had a ram on the way, by the way. Goodness gracious. I'm assuming this is after patch because I'm pretty sure the Grenadier got buffed. And boy, did that look like a buff. Grouped up villagers on the line. Those Eagle Warriors going down so quickly. So quickly. And, I have to question the mine pick. Because imagine if you can go scout here. Imagine if you get the castle and you can get knights. Obviously they didn't know the Jurchens were going to be picked necessarily, so you can't necessarily know that in advance. But imagine if you had knights and you could take these pockets of villages. So this takes too long to kind of get into Eagles. I don't really like the mine pick. Which is sad because I love the mines. They're a nice civ. I just haven't really seen them succeed in many settings recently, so You know, this might be a classic example of, you know, power creep. We've got the new Civ, the Jurchens, and they just dominated. That was ridiculous.